Have you ever wondered how a young woman could end up in a water tank on the roof of a hotel, with no clear explanation of how she got there? One such case that boggles the mind is that of Elisa Lam, a tale wrapped in layers of mystery and intrigue that continues to perplex us all. Elisa Lam, born in Canada to immigrant parents, was a bright university student with a love for fashion and a penchant for blogging. She embarked on a solo trip to California in early 2013, staying at the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. But what was supposed to be an adventure, tragically morphed into an enigma that would grip the world. Her stay at the Cecil was uneventful until the last few days. Elisa, usually communicative, suddenly stopped reaching out to her parents. The hotel staff reported her as missing, and the search for Elisa began. It was during this search that the infamous elevator video was discovered, a video that would soon become the centerpiece of this puzzling case. In the footage, Elisa is seen acting bizarrely. She enters the elevator, presses multiple buttons, then steps back as if expecting someone. She peeks out, retreats into the corner, and then steps out, making strange gestures. The doors, oddly, remain open throughout. Her behavior, unconventional and eerie, sparked a flurry of theories. Was she playing a game? Was she running from someone or something? The answers remain elusive. Days turned into weeks, and then, the unimaginable happened. On February 19th, nearly 3 weeks after her disappearance, Elisa's body was found in one of the hotel's water tanks. Her belongings were scattered nearby. There were no signs of physical trauma, no evidence of foul play, but the question lingered. How did she get there? The police ruled her death accidental, attributing it to her bipolar disorder, but many, including seasoned investigators, found this explanation unsatisfactory. The circumstances surrounding her death were too strange, too inexplicable. And then, days later, Elisa was found in the water tank of the hotel. But how did she get there? That's where the mystery deepens. What could possibly explain Elisa Lam's tragic end? There are several theories, each more puzzling than the last. One of the most prevalent theories points to mental health issues. Lam, a student from Vancouver, Canada, was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression. Some speculate that her erratic behavior and subsequent death could be linked to a manic episode, exacerbated by the stress of traveling alone. However, it's important to note that this theory doesn't explain why she ended up in the water tank on the hotel's roof, an area typically off-limits to guests. Another theory suggests foul play. Despite the official cause of death being accidental drowning, some believe Lam was murdered. The hotel's past is marred by numerous deaths and criminal activities, leading some to conclude that Elisa Lam may have been a victim of the hotel's dark history. Yet, the lack of physical evidence and signs of struggle have left this theory just that, a theory. Then there are those who believe in the paranormal. The Cecil Hotel, where Lam was staying, is infamous for its alleged hauntings. Some propose that Lam was tormented by supernatural forces, pointing to her unusual behavior in the elevator surveillance footage as evidence. But as with any paranormal claim, concrete proof remains elusive. Lastly, there's the uncanny resemblance between Lam's death and the 2005 movie, Dark Water. The film features a young woman found dead in a hotel's water tank, with guests complaining about the water's taste and color, eerily similar to the circumstances of Lam's case. This has led to speculation about a copycat crime or an eerie coincidence. Despite all these theories, no conclusive explanation has been found, leaving us with an unsolved mystery that continues to perplex us. The haunting story of Elisa Lam's death remains a chilling reminder of the unknown, the unexplained, and the power of speculation in the face of an unsolved mystery. Switching gears, let's delve into the foggy streets of 1888 London, where a terrifying figure named Jack the Ripper lurked in the shadows. The name Jack the Ripper has become synonymous with fear and mystery, a moniker tied to a series of unspeakably brutal murders that rocked the Whitechapel district of London in the late 19th century. This malevolent phantom, concealed by the cloak of night, took the lives of at least 5 women, all of whom were unfortunate enough to cross his path in the poverty-stricken alleyways. The victims, Marianne Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly, were all women of the night, making their living in the grimy, dimly lit corners of Whitechapel. The Ripper didn't simply kill these women, he mutilated them in a manner so horrifying that it sent shockwaves of panic across the district, and indeed the entire city. The first victim, Marianne Nichols, was found in the early hours of August 31st, her body bearing the grisly signature that would become the Ripper's hallmark. In a chillingly methodical manner, he had slashed her throat and grotesquely disfigured her abdomen. The brutality escalated with each subsequent murder, culminating in the horrific death of Mary Jane Kelly in November, her body found in her room, almost unrecognizable from the extreme mutilation. As the body count rose, so did the fear. The streets of Whitechapel, once teeming with life, grew eerily quiet, as residents barricaded themselves indoors after dark, terrified of the shadowy figure who seemed to kill with impunity. The police were baffled, their efforts to catch the Ripper proving futile, their inability to protect the public stoking the fires of panic even further. The Ripper's reign of terror ended as abruptly as it began, with his identity remaining a mystery that has baffled investigators for over a century. Despite numerous suspects and theories, the identity of this notorious killer remains shrouded in mystery, a dark enigma that continues to captivate and terrify us even today. Who was Jack the Ripper? The theories are as numerous as they are intriguing. Let's delve into the swirling vortex of suspicion that surrounds this notorious case. The grim specter of Jack the Ripper has loomed large over the annals of crime for well over a century, and countless theories have attempted to unmask this elusive phantom. One of the most prevalent theories suggests the Ripper might have been a doctor. The precision and knowledge displayed in his gruesome work suggest a deep understanding of anatomy and surgical procedures. This led many to believe that the Ripper was a man of medicine, his skills perverted into a tool of terror. A parallel theory proposes the Ripper was a butcher or a slaughterhouse worker. The brutal nature of the murders, coupled with the late-night timing, fits the profile of someone familiar with the grisly task of dismemberment. This theory paints a chilling image of a man returning home from work, his hands already stained with the blood of animals, only to continue his gruesome exploits on human prey. Then there's the theory that sends shivers down the spine of every Briton. The theory that Jack the Ripper was a member of the royal family. Yes, you heard it correctly. Prince Albert Victor, the grandson of Queen Victoria, has been named as a potential suspect. The theory suggests a royal cover-up, with the murders being the work of a man driven to insanity by the stifling confines of his royal life. Adding to the enigma were the taunting letters sent to the police, allegedly from the Ripper himself. Whether these were genuine or the work of some macabre prankster, they added another layer to the unfolding mystery. Yet despite the countless theories and investigations, Jack the Ripper's identity remains shrouded in mystery. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes, the darkest corners of our world resist even the brightest beams of understanding. This enigma, like the shadowy figure of the Ripper himself, continues to haunt us, a phantom lurking in the foggy alleyways of our collective consciousness. What draws us to these unsolved mysteries, and why do they continue to captivate us? Mysteries, particularly the unresolved ones, are like magnets to our curiosity. They beckon us, pulling us into their depths, tantalizing us with the promise of the unknown. They challenge our intellect, daring us to delve deeper, to find patterns, to make connections, to seek the elusive truth that lies just beyond our reach. In a world where information is often at our fingertips, it's these unsolved mysteries that remind us of the limits of our knowledge, of the boundaries we have yet to cross. They keep us humble, reminding us that we still have much to learn, much to discover. These unsolved mysteries, like the unsettling death of Elisa Lam and the infamous case of Jack the Ripper, are not just cold cases gathering dust on some forgotten shelf. They have seeped into our pop culture, shaping narratives, inspiring countless movies, books, and even video games. They have become part of our collective consciousness, their allure transcending generations and cultures. Think about the countless films that have been spun from the threads of unsolved mysteries, the pages of books filled with speculation and theories, the virtual worlds of video games that allow players to step into the shoes of detectives to solve the unsolvable. These mysteries have not just remained within the confines of their respective cases. They have taken on a life of their own, becoming stories that we tell and retell, narratives that we dissect and analyze, puzzles that we attempt to piece together. The enduring fascination with unsolved mysteries speaks volumes about our human nature. We crave answers, we seek closure, yet at the same time we are drawn to the unknown, to the thrill of the chase, to the tantalizing prospect of solving the unsolvable. So here we are, still seeking answers to these age-old mysteries. Perhaps one day we will solve them. Until then, they remain chilling reminders of the unknown,